What's up, universe? It's your girl Sade. Welcome back to my channel. If you are returning, thank you for your continued support, and if you are new, welcome. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button before the video gets started because I already know you'll love it in this universe. This is the second installation to my How to Achieve Your Goals video series. If you have yet to watch the first video, which is how to start your goals, go back and watch the previous video. Stick around for this one and stay tuned for the next video, which will be how to have a productive day. You can check me out on Instagram at ShadeUniverse. All my other social medias are linked in the description box down below. And without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So this is going to be kind of a free-form video, and I'm just going to talk and chat about how to stick to your goals. We're going to be branching from the previous video. So again, if you haven't watched it, I recommend you go back and watch it so you can be in line with this video. I had mentioned in the first installation that all three of these videos are going to help you as a whole. So I talked about making lists in the previous video, which is very important. I think that it's something that really helps you to organize your thoughts and get things moving. If you want to stick to your goals, make sure you achieve them. If you don't get a planner, you need some form of a notebook, or you can use your phone also to document, but you need some way to track your progression so you know what you're doing good, what you need to improve on, and how much you're growing so then you can further progress. Writing things down also helps you to retain that information. Humans are very visually oriented. Most humans do good with visualization. Writing things down help you to keep that information kind of in the back of your mind. So for example, students, if you are in class taking notes, the best thing to do is right after that class or soon after that class, within about 1 to 3 hours, you should be expanding on those notes, rereading those notes, and then thinking about them, reorganizing them in your own thought process. Like, one habit of successful people is they take a big task and then divide it into smaller tasks in order to achieve that big goal. That is another video coming up soon, so stay tuned for that, habits of successful people. From list making in the previous video, once you figure out what your goals are, what your main goals are, what your small goals are, I mean, take those bigger goals. For example, if you want to buy an extremely luxurious car or something, I want to buy a G-Wagon, and that's the top, okay? And then kind of like one of those spider web things, I will give you guys an example here. But just like that, you would take the big goal as a center and then branch off from the big goal. So breaking it down, how am I going to get this G-Wagon? How much is it going to cost? What all goes into it? What do I need to know after I get the G-Wagon? What kind of maintenance does it need? How much is that maintenance? Etc., etc. So you need to take that big thing and dissect it. Just like in class, you take that topic of discussion for that day and then dissect it. In installation 1, I kind of talked about things that might be stopping you from starting up your goals, one of which might be how it aligns with humanity. So I talked about if your goals are beneficial for humanity or negative for humanity, essentially. And that could just be your subconscious mind or God informing you that this does not go in line with either what He wants you to do or with something that is good for the rest of the world. It might be something that is negative for other people, for a lot of people, or just you and you just don't realize it quite yet. So in line with that, check your values. What are your values? What is your moral code? What do you believe in? Do your end goals align with what you believe in? Because if they conflict, that it could also be a reason why you're either not achieving your goals or you're not even starting up your goals. What do you value in the world? What attributes do you value in a relationship with other people? You then need to see if they align with your goals. So let's say if you build like a huge bar / club or something like that, and you are extremely religious, let's say. If you're an extremely religious person and you want to build a huge nightclub / bar, those don't really add up. They conflict, and this is just an example. I'm not saying you can't do that. You can do whatever you want, girl, do you. Obviously, stereotypically speaking, if you're extremely religious, your morals and your values probably don't align with the end goal of building an extremely big nightclub / bar. okay? You need to reevaluate what your end goal is. So maybe you don't really care that it's a nightclub or a bar or whatever, or something like that. Maybe you just want a place where people can come together, mingle, have fun, be creative or something. So instead, maybe you would create an art club, an art museum or something like that, something that's more in line with your morals, and it can still have that, vibe and that ambiance of having a party and whatnot, having fun, but just a different tone is set but a different tone is set in there rather than in a nightclub. See what I'm saying? So double check your values and check your end goals to see if they align, and if they don't, reevaluate. Also, look to see if your end goals are helping humanity. So like I said, we talked about if they are negative or positive, but check to see if they're actually impactful. So are you creating new jobs with whatever your end goal is in this club, for example, you want to build? Be an opportunity for like unnamed upcoming artists to display their work, or for dancers to come and perform. Whatever the case is, like, is it going to establish new jobs? Is it going to help people in need? You're going to have a charity organization accompanying to this art club, or whatever the case is. Not to say every single goal has to help other humans, because like I said, maybe your goal is to get an extremely luxurious car. That doesn't necessarily help anybody else, but you. It helps the person who you bought the car from, because they're going to get a fat commission check most likely. But ultimately, it's beneficial for you and making you happy, and that's 100% fine in my opinion. I feel like that is 100% fine. Treat yourself, take care of yourself. You can have goals that are completely selfish. They don't all have to, help other people, but you definitely need to be helping other people. You definitely need to be giving back, giving your time, giving your effort, and helping other people around the world. You need to show your love to your neighbor just like you would want them to give it to you. And last but not least, I just wanted to talk about celebrating the small wins. So this is something that I have struggled with before. I am usually the type of person that is like, go, go, go. I just do the work. I realize when things are done, and I'm like, okay, yes, this is done. Moving on. I didn't used to take time and like indulge myself in that little victory, and I would just keep moving as if I was in a rush. And lately, this past couple years, I've been indulging more in myself and celebrating with God when we win, because He's helping me win. Regardless of if it's huge or small, it's still a win. It's still an achievement. It's still something that you've conquered, and it's still something that you got done that wasn't done the day before. So you should still be celebrating those small wins. If you don't ever celebrate yourself, if you don't ever, realize your accomplishments, it's very difficult to stay happy. It's very difficult to stay on top of your goals and actually want to achieve them, because you're going to be in that mindset like, I'm not getting things done, or you're going to feel like you're not, getting closer to your goal, when in reality you actually are, but you're not celebrating or taking the time to take note of those smaller victories, so you don't realize. I just started to pay more attention. I just started to take a second, breathe, look at what I've achieved, be happy, smile within myself, thank God, and then move towards the next step. You don't have to just move directly to it, because like I said, that's not going to help you really. It's just going to end up burning you out. So make sure you celebrate the small victories. Celebrate with God. He wants to celebrate with you. That's why He's helping you do the things that you're doing. As soon as you figure out there's a goal I want to complete, not even that you know what it is you want to do and you start moving towards it. Once you figure out you have something that you want to do in your life and you need to figure it out, as soon as you say, okay, I'm gonna start this, and you sit down and actually start, that's a victory. That's a small win, because you are now enacting your goals, you're now enacting your plans, and you're moving towards that direction. You're not just sitting there stagnant. That is a small victory, and people don't even realize that. Just getting up, like people who might be suffering from depression or anxiety or something like that, just getting up in that day is a small victory, because I'm pretty sure you might just want to be laying down there the whole day. But as soon as you get up and decide, you use your own mind to decide, well, this is what I'm actually going to do because this is going to benefit my life, then that is a small victory, and you should celebrate that. So that is it for this video, you guys. I hope you loved it. Hope you got a lot of tips and advice. I really want people to get into themselves. For me, these past couple of years, I've been really indulging in myself and just really getting in tune with me, with my spirituality, with my whole being, with God, with the world around me, and just getting really into the unseen. And I really want people, especially in POC communities and the Black community, to really get their goals moving. If you don't know, if you need a new mindset, then I hope this video has helped you achieve that. And I hope this video and all of my future videos and past videos will help you realize, there is no perfect timing, there is no perfect human. You are who you are. You are who God created you to be, and it's up to you to really take that first step and start in that direction, because nobody can really do it for you. Your mom can nag at you all day, all night. Your dad can nag at you all day or night. Your wife, your husband, whatever, can nag at you all day, all night, but it's still up to you to get your ass up and achieve your goals. And I 100% understand the struggles, but even we can't let depression, you can't let anxiety, you can't let the devil stop you and hinder you from achieving the things that God put you on this planet to do. You gotta get up, you gotta move. Whether or not you see huge progression, you're gonna see progression as long as you do not give up, as long as you keep moving, and as long as you are not stagnant. Movement is key. You have to keep moving. My science even proves that the human body needs movement, not just physical, but also mental movements. You need mental movement, you need physical movement, and you need spiritual movement. So again, I hope this video helped you guys. I hope that it was packed full of lots of tips and advice. If you have any questions at all, feel free to leave me a comment or hit me up on Instagram at Sade's Universe. Again, all the social medias are linked in the description box down below. Stay tuned for my how to have a productive day video. Now that you have all these tools in your arsenal, you can then enact a productive day. I hope you're all having a fabulous day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!